Hey guys, welcome to episode 46 of the Southampton Football Manager career. We sit in second place. We started the last episode in second place and we have started this one in it. We've got knocked off first spot and I will show you right now how that has happened. Now if you haven't seen the last episode, please go and watch it because it will explain how we got to the top in the first place. But we have been knocked down with our 4 games off screen. Well, 5 if you're counting this friendly against Eastleigh, which we won 5-1. I'm not going to zoom in on that, you can just have a zoom in on yourself. But the first game we had in the league was against Hull City at the Cacon. We drew 0-0, very disappointing as we smashed them in everything. They had a couple of chances, like off chances, but nothing really came of them. But nothing came for us, so we drew the game 0-0. Then we went on to Sunderland, the old team, and you can see the score right there. We can't beat our old team Sunderland at home as well as away, as they scored early on. Gerard Henderson with the goal, then Gyökeres chipping Ramsdale from the edge of the box was absolutely embarrassing, and then Gerard Henderson scored again before Patrick Cutrone got a consolation goal for us. Then we definitely bounced back, but hopefully for good this time, with Reading first, Connor Cody scoring a header from a corner, and Patrick Roberts also scoring a header from a corner. I did not expect that. And then we absolutely thrashed Sheffield Wednesday, who were in 4th when we had dropped to 3rd. We dropped all the way to 3rd. We beat them 4-0. Jallo getting his first goal for the club, or maybe second. Might be second. It was a volley from a corner, another corner goal and out. Then Patrick Cutrone scored a 1-on-1. Even more surprising, another corner, Connor Golson scoring a header, and then Giuseppe Torta just scored a normal goal off the bench. And in today's episode, we continue our battle to get to the promised land, which is the Premier League, where we belong. But first, we've got an FA Cup game against Norwich, who are already there in 7th place in the Premier League. If I can show you, I will show you. Here's all the history. They've got Nuno in charge of them now. They've got Ben White, players like Fran Beltran. It's going to be a really hard game. And if I can go to schedule here, let's have a look at the results. Look at that. That is a good December in the Prem. Only losing to Manchester City. And these are doing very, very well. I was wrong, they're 8th in the league. So hopefully the fact that they are outside of the continental spots will spur them on to get in them. And hopefully they won't prioritise the FA Cup as much as they face us. The other games we do have to play though are Preston at home at the St Mary's and Bristol City away at Ashton Gate. So not easy games, although Bristol in the relegation zone, which I did not expect. We beat them on the opening day, I think, with this team. And then we've got 4 off screen, but I'm not going to say much about them because you won't see them. But what I will say is there's some transfer business going on because we are in January and we have made 2 signings already. The first one being Matteo Mejia. I think a signing for 150k from Manchester United's under-23s. A really good backup to Patrick Roberts. I mean, Gabriel Martinelli and Ryan Sessegnon share the left-hand wing. So we've got a backup for Roberts. And the other I thought would be higher rated, I'm going to be honest. But I didn't scout him. And also, he is very versatile. So I'm still happy I've got him. He can still grow. It's Robbie Grotz, who we had at Leeds United. The first player we have been reunited with since the first club, which was Leeds. He can play on the wing. He can play in the midfield. Left back, right back. So we've finally got a backup for Low. Yeah, a really solid signing. As for players going out for us, we've got the only one being Thiago Silva. We sold him for 1 million. You already saw this. It's to Falimicao in Portugal. And here is the team for the cup game against Norwich. We've got Ramsdale still in net. Götze is getting his debut straight away. I mean, it's not like a league game. I'm not going to try and put him in the squad and gently put him in every other game. But he's starting straight away with Golson, Cody and Lowe at the back. With Vera and Grujic, a very strong midfield as well as back 4 in this game. With Mejia making his debut because Roberts is injured. It's only a week to 2 weeks, so I'm not concerned. Che Cooper is getting played in the cam role as Armstrong is trying to force him way out of the club. And then we've got Jallo on the left with Cutrone up front. Yep, he's been trying to force his way out of the club and he's finally going to be leaving for 600k. Very cheap. Stuart Armstrong is going to Frankfurt. He's served his purpose. Probably with the old managers, they've had a good time with him. We've had our time with him and he is off. I have to say we can keep going forward. Don't know why it's asking me about James Bolton. Che Cooper. We have planned to put him in. Let's have a look at their team. Emerson. Ben Godfrey's still there. Jamal Lewis. Paltrow. Very good team. And here we go. Cody gives it to Golson. You might have seen I've sped it up because I feel like I'm always talking a lot in the long highlights. And it's a bit boring. So I've tried to speed it up to just have the action straight at you, in your face as Rodriguez comes forward. Jallo gets the ball, looks for Crotone up front. Capaldo gives it back. Emerson is playing at right back, which isn't his favourite position. Hopefully that's something we can counter. Ebre Eze whips the ball up to Adamida, and Adamida's scored. Straight away for the away side at Carrow. Well, the play at Carrow Road. Don't know why I've said that. They've scored at the St Mary's. Capaldo to Ebre Eze, who is just a danger man. Whichever team is playing in, straight through to Adamida, who just slots it in the bottom corner. Nothing much happening for the rest of this game. Hopefully can create some more chances as time goes on. We're into the half-hour mark, still going. We're favourites for this game. I don't know how, I don't know why, when they are 8th. We've had more shots than them, which is something nice to see. We're at home as well, as we're just about to finish for half-time, and we have done. 1-0 down at half-time. We're still in this game. Got to make up for it in the second. I've got to tell them they've got what it takes to beat 8th place in the Prem. And hopefully they agree with me. Emerson gives it back to Neufeld. And gives it to Fran Beltran, their best player. To Capaldo in the midfield. Che Cooper will put in good pressure on him. They don't know where to go. They're forcing the way back as Jallo sits on the sidelines injured. I've just noticed that as Capaldo gets the ball over the top. And Ramsdale just gets a glove on it. Crotone now on left wing. As Totorta comes on up front on his own. Patrick Crotone tries to run with the ball, but he's tackled. Ben Godfrey on it now. In the middle to Capaldo. Adamida over the top. They can't just put another through ball up and score. They can't, actually, because Lowe has intercepted and just booted it to the other side of the pitch. Totorta to whip a ball in. Goldson! I thought that was a header in. Last 10. Going to make more changes. We need to get a result out of this. We have deserved to get one because we've been in the game for this long. Palaversa, who hasn't really started his career yet here. It has been very poor, and I'm going to give Petrovic a bit of playing time against a really good Premier League team. Hopefully that gives him a bit of confidence as we go into these last 10 minutes. Please. Oh, it's their highlight as Barrel whips the ball in. Ben Godfrey. Thank God for that. We're still in it. Last couple of minutes. We're in the 90th. I remember with Sunderland, they scored in the 90th minute against us. They've got a red card. Barrel has been sent off and we've got another highlight. So please, for the love of God, Robbie Gotts, what are you doing with that throw-in? Totorta, make it worth it. Curls it and it's into the hands of the keeper. We're out of the FA Cup in the 3rd round, the one that we're starting. And we gave it a good shot against a good Premier League side. They even upped it in the second half. Got to be passionate and say it was a bit of I don't agree with it. Offering for Max Lowe from Notts Forest to the top of the league. He doesn't want to go anywhere but Burnley. I mean, it's not the most glamorous of places, but I understand why he wants to go to them. They're in the Prem, but we are fighting for the Premier League title. And not the title of being in the Premier League. So he's staying with us. Another offer from Fulham this time. The same amount, gonna reject. Palaversa, I couldn't see this coming, to be honest. He's been very patient with me so far. He's gonna say he isn't playing. Yep, it doesn't feel promised. It's not gonna happen. The career is stalling. Convinced for a loan move. We'll agree on that, mate. Dynamo Kiev have put an offer in for him under what we bought him for. Barnsley are offered to pay more, so I am going to reject that one. All the players that I've been after, just all getting talked about. Boswell isn't leaving yet. He wants to go to Tottenham, so to be fair to him, I will let him go to Tottenham, but no other clubs, as Barnsley have their offer. I'm just going to accept that. Goodbye, Ante Palaversa. Oh, it's coming. 7 million for Max Lowe from Burnley, the team that he does want to go to. I'm going to try and persuade him to stay, but if he actually just comes up and says he doesn't want to go, I will... Oh, he wants to play... Oh, he's happy. He's happy. I don't know what I've said. I'm going to reject it. Connor Cody's the next to get an offer in for him. 11.25 million is a lot for Connor Cody, who is aging. He's going to make me try and persuade him. He wants to test himself. I don't want to lose you. He wants to be... Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to get to the Prem, so I'm going to reject it. Palaversa's going to reject to Barnsley. They don't want to go. I mean, it is kind of good for me because it was very, very much below what we paid for him. But I just wanted to see him happy and leave. And here is the team we are playing for the game against Preston at the St Mary's Stadium. Got Ramsdale in net. Gotts, Goldson, Cody and Lowe at the back. We've managed to keep hold of all of them. with Vera and Gruitch in the midfield. Major keeps his place on the right wing with Lucas and Jallo. And then Patrick Cutrone is still up front. Free kick. Bowler gives it to O'Brien, who takes a long time to turn, even with it speeded up, as he gives it to Thornley, who tries to put it over the top. Samiento has intercepted that pass. Jallo comes away with the ball. Round his man, skips past 14. Abu Jallo puts it into Major, and he has scored his first goal on his second appearance and the first in the league, assisted by the youngster. And by youngster, I mean this guy, Abu Jallo. One for the future. It's going to be a mess in the Premier League, in a good way, as Major messed it up into the net. It was a bit of a bobbly shot. Chronicode it. Vera. Steve Lucas on the ball now, gives it out to Major, who puts it in the box. Abu Jallo, he returns the favour. Oh, they've assisted each other now, and they've both scored, and we are 2-0 up. Steve Lucas, another regen, who sets up Major, who has to set up the other regen, Abu Jallo, to get the header into the net. Throw in here, as Bowler gives it to O'Brien. Bowler comes away with it, puts it into Sarmiento, and they have a goal back. It's 2-1. We can't get complacent. His 11th of the season. Good finish from O'Brien. It was a bit scuffed to get past Major, who almost blocked it, but Sarmiento with a good header past Ramsdale. Cutrone gives it to Lucas straight from kick-off. Can we get something? Robbie gets to Gruitch, moving it around quick, but it is sped up. But as Bowler takes the ball off Major, gives it to Nathan Holland. O'Brien now in the middle to Brown. Brown is steaming forward, and Bakake puts it through to Fraser Hornby. And from our kickoff after they've scored, we're at 2-2. Jeez. Can't believe that. Brown with the ball in the midfield, given all the time. That's a fluke of a ball through that, as Fraser Hornsby slots it past Ramsdale. And that's half-time. I'm going in aggressive. They've had more shots as well. Need to get back into this. I'm far from pleased. Give Steve Agnew a bit of time to talk, and hopefully they're fired up. Last 15 minutes, we need a goal, because we are fighting near the top of the league. They put a defender on, an experienced centre-back. We made 2 changes, Totorta and Boswell in the midfield, but I'm going to put Che Cooper on for Vera and go to 4 in the cam roll. Things worked with that change so far as we're going into the last couple of minutes. We shouldn't be at 2-2. This game should have been wrapped up at 2-0, and we've drawn the game. Very, very disappointing. That feels like a defeat. Should have done better. Che Cooper's lost confidence. She didn't even play on the pitch for And now we have dropped to 3rd with that draw. We really needed a win. Derby have only lost 2 games this season to us and Leicester by 1 goal slim margins. Notts Forest still at the top of the league. We're in the playoffs, and I don't want to finish there. Luke Ayling's struggling. He wants to go out on loan as well. He isn't getting much game time. I'm going to say that's the right thing to do. Well, he's changed his tune a lot, because now he's going to come unsettled if he doesn't talk to Arsenal. And he was adamant on Tottenham, which are the rivals of Arsenal. So I don't know what he's playing at, Boswell. Come on. I'm going to take all of these things off. 40% on the new thing. It is massive. And a friendly against Arsenal will bring some money in as well. But we're going to say up it to 2.5 million. They're going to accept it. 2.5 million straight up with a 40% percentage on profit, which is really good, along with a friendly, will suit me very well. And Tottenham, that's just his look. Tottenham put in an offer straight after I accept Arsenal. I'll accept it for him, because I know he'll want it, really. Sheffield Wednesday make an offer for Palaversa. I'm going to accept that straight up. More than Barnsley, and hopefully he goes. And here is the team that we're going to pick for the game against Bristol City at Ashton Gate. We're struggling a lot in the league. 22nd in the table with Ramsdale in net. Gotts, Golson, Cody, Lowe, Vera, Gruitch, Roberts, Lucas, Jallo and Cutrone in the team. Throw in Connor Cody down the line. Steve Lucas is on the end of it. Gives it to Abu Jallo in the midfield. Takes a step. O'Leary, it's hit the post and they were so unlucky to concede. But I'm happy because Cutrone has his 11th of the season. Look at this. Lucas, it was a good ball into Jallo. I thought he was just going to hit it first time. Goes in between the defenders. O'Leary is very unlucky to knock it onto the post. And Cutrone gets round to tap it in. Corner from Sims. Headed away from Gruitch. Tom Kearney to pick up on the ball. As he turns out and gives it to Jack Stevens, our old boy. As Nagy gives it to Patrick Bamford. Out to Striker. Now Semedo. Striker. Semedo. Is he going to put a ball in the end? He's given it to Nagy. He's given it to Herrera with a hit. And I think it's come off the bar. Roberts whips the ball in. Cody at the back post. I think it's saved. Oh no, it's a goal kick. On a ball from them. And it's gone in as old. Of course. As soon as I said it was our old boy Jack Stevens, he scored against us. Assisted by Patrick Bamford again. One of our old boys that I have managed at Leeds. Very disappointing. And at half time, it sits 1-1 the scoreline. We need more goals. We need to be winning games. Gotta say, we're doing okay because we have been. It was just a one-off goal. Patrick Bamford was whipped up towards him, but Goldson got his foot in. Here's Patrick Roberts, who gives it to Patrick Crotone. All the Patricks here. As Roberts whips it into Abu Jallo. And he's got his 4th of the season, and we are 2-1 up. Easy as you like. Patrick Roberts gives it to Patrick Crotone, who gives him it back. And look at Jallo. He's lurking at the back post. And it goes over to him for him to volley in. Ball in. Roberts. Oh, and he's gone in off Cody. His 4th of the season as well, as it just bumbled in. Let's have a look. Lucas with the ball in. Roberts. O'Leary again with a bit of a shocker. And Cody taps it in. 81st minute. And we are still 2-1 up. They've just made all the changes at once. As we go into the last couple of minutes, the win should be secured now. 3-1. We've done well to turn it around. And blow that whistle. There we go. We've won 18 shots, 10 on target. It was deserved. And after that win, we stay 3rd on goal difference now. Notts Forest have been knocked off top spot by Derby. I feel like it's just going to be ever rotating between us three. We are very far away from 7th Sunderland. So we are confirmed probably in the playoffs if we don't get in the top 2. But I want to be in them top 2 by the end of this season and get into the Premier League. But unfortunately, guys, as I said, Premier League, very weird there. This is the end of the episode. Like, comment, share and subscribe for more of these Football Manager videos, along with FIFA and anything football gaming related. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.